Arsenal are closing into their fourth signing of the summer, as Oleksandr Zinchenko has agreed personal terms, and now we have got the here we go. But talking of here we goes, today I am joined by the main man himself in Mr. Fabrizio Romano, as we discuss the potential transfers of Youri Tielemans, Lucas Paqueta, and even a bit of Leroy Sane. Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is Babs14. Welcome back to your boys channel, and we are delivering a special episode today. Mr. Here We Go on the channel of the 14. It's amazing scenes, it's beautiful. So if you do enjoy, smash a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and help your boy on his road to 200,000 subscribers. But now for a special episode of the Transfers FC. Here we go. Yes, guys, here we are with the main man himself, Mr. Fabrizio Romano. How are you doing? Big fan of you. We've always been a big fan of you on this channel. Here we go, Zinchenko.
Thank you, first of all. Thank you for the invitation and the kind words, and congrats for the huge work you're doing. And yes, it's a here we go for Zinchenko to Arsenal. So it's a positive news. I think very smart player, good player, very good signing. And I think Arsenal fans can be happy because it's finally done. It was a pretty quick negotiation. It started last week, and then on Friday they had an agreement, the two clubs, on £30 million fee. So everything was agreed on Friday between Man City and Arsenal. It took some days to prepare the contract of the player. It will be a 4-year deal for Zinchenko at Arsenal, so the medical will take place this week. His agents are now waiting for Arsenal to confirm the day, and then everything will be announced. And so, new signing for Arsenal, Oleksandr Zinchenko, is coming.
Have you been told where he's going to play? Is he a left back? Is he a midfielder?
I'm told that Arsenal wanted him exactly because he can play in both positions. So he's a versatile player. They wanted Lisandro Martinez because he's kind of player who can play as centre back, as midfielder. So this is why they were in the race for Lisandro. Then he joined Man United. And Zinchenko is different kind of player, of course, but he's another versatile player. He's a very smart guy. He can play as left back, of course, as he did for many years with Man City. I'm told that the player would love to play sometimes also as a midfielder in his club. And so this is why I think Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta pushed a lot to have Zinchenko. He has a very good connection, Arteta, of course, with Edu, and they wanted to gather this kind of player because Arsenal will be back in Europe this season and they will have the chance to play many games, and so a player like Zinchenko makes sense for Arsenal project and for Arsenal team.
So that's one more signing after Jesus, Vieira, Matt Turner. How many more can we expect as Arsenal fans?
A good question. I think it also depends, as always, in the transfer market for big clubs with the outgoings. So we have to see how many players will leave the club in the coming days, in the coming weeks. It's important for Arsenal to get rid of some of the players that are not part of the project, as for all the top clubs, not just Arsenal. I would say that for sure they will be exploring some possibilities for a new winger, because they wanted Rafinha. As we know, they submitted 2 proposals for Rafinha, and then Arsenal decided, in my opinion, in a very smart way, because it was really difficult as the player wanted to join Barcelona. They decided not to enter in a bidding war, and they started to consider some other options. So at the moment it's still quiet because Edu loves to work under the radar, but I'm sure that they are still exploring some options for the new winger. And then let's see what happens with the centre backs, because at the moment Arsenal are really well covered with the centre backs, but around Europe there is a big domino of centre backs, with Italian clubs involved, Inter, Juventus, AC Milan, but also of course English clubs involved, with Chelsea looking for 2 centre backs, and Paris Saint-Germain also involved. Now Bayern signed the league, so Barcelona will go for a centre back, and so maybe into this domino some of these clubs will try to sign some Arsenal player. For example, Gabriel is a really important player for Arsenal, but I'm told that many clubs consider him a really top centre back, and so they will maybe try to sign him. It won't be easy because Arsenal rate him really highly, but this domino could be one of the points to understand if Arsenal will go for a new centre back or not.
Let's stick to the wide forwards for now. I know that you say Arsenal might make a move. Are there any names that Arsenal have explored or contacted? I'm hearing Moussa Diaby's been linked recently. I've heard some really vague rumours for Leroy Sane. Is there any players that Arsenal have contacted names-wise?
At the moment, many of these names are not confirmed. For example, for Sane, at the moment, from Bayern side, they say that they want to keep the player. So I'm not sure that it's going to be easy to sign Sane, but let's keep this situation open, because Bayern have many wingers, and so maybe could be a possibility for Sane to leave during the window. But at the moment, there are no negotiations ongoing with Arsenal. Gnabry was a rumor, a strong rumor, but I'm always been told that this player was not a possibility for Arsenal, and they were not even checking this chance to sign Gnabry. So Edu, I'm sure that he's working on something different, on something like could be secret, but we have to see if it would be possible for Arsenal to sign this kind of player or not. It always depends on the opportunities. I think the strategy at Arsenal is very smart, because last January, for example, they wanted Vlahovic. We know so well that they wanted Vlahovic, and it was impossible to sign him because the player wanted to join only Juventus, but they didn't spend money or waste money on a player they were not trusting. They decided to wait a bit and then to go on Gabriel Jesus, who was the player they wanted as main priority. And so I think this kind of strategy is always smart. They wanted Rafinha, and they will go for a winger in case they will find a winger who is a player at Arsenal level and that they trust, Mikel Arteta and Edu. If not, they will be prepared to continue like this. And of course, there is Bukayo Saka contract that is a really important topic at Arsenal right now.
Okay. Let's go to midfield now. We have been linked to the likes of Youri Tielemans. You've got Lucas Paqueta recently as well. Are Arsenal trying to sign that number 8 profile midfielder? And if so, who's that player that Arsenal have contacted?
I'm sure that Tielemans is still a player they have in the list. They always had Tielemans in the list in a very high position. Now they have, of course, different priorities as Zinchenko and the other stuff they discussed internally with this strategy. But Tielemans has always been the player in the list for Arsenal. He's always been appreciated by Arteta and Edu. So I'm sure that he's still in the list, but still no official bid. So we have to see if Arsenal will decide to move maybe this week, next week for Tielemans, or other clubs can jump into the race for the Belgian midfielder. So I would keep the name of Tielemans. For Paqueta, of course, the Brazilian connection of Edu is normal. He knows the player so well. He likes the player. But at the moment, there is still no bid from Arsenal. Paqueta wants to try a Premier League experience. And this is why I would keep an eye on him, not just for Arsenal, but for Premier League clubs during August, because it could be a possibility. Let me say that from what I'm told, Lyon wants not less than 65 million for Paqueta. So it's not going to be an easy negotiation. And I think Arsenal are full of quality player in this moment, because they signed Fabio Vieira, who is a quality midfielder. They have many others, of course, like Odegaard, Smith-Rowe, this kind of quality players. And so now the focus is to find some player like, of course, Zinchenko, and some different kind of player, and then maybe jump into it for a new quality midfielder in the coming weeks.
Mm-hmm. What about William Saliba and his brand new contract? Is that something that's in the works?
It's not imminent. It's not something. We had some rumor last week, like it was signed or almost signed on social media, but I was checking and was not the case. It will take some weeks to discuss, but for sure Arsenal have intention to discuss with his agent to offer a new deal, to discuss a new deal with Saliba. And so this is the situation at the moment. I think it's pretty clear, as Arteta said, that they want to trust him and that they will discuss a new contract. At the moment, the priority is Bukayo Saka, discussing about new contracts, because they know that many top clubs are monitoring the situation. He's a fantastic talent, but Saka loves Arsenal, and so he's discussing with Arsenal about the new deal, and it's going to be important for Arsenal to sort it out as soon as possible. And for Saliba, we have to wait a bit, but I'm sure that if Saliba is going to stay as we expect at Arsenal this summer, there will be a chance for him to discuss a new deal. My personal opinion, Saliba is a monster. I love Saliba, so I really hope for Arsenal fans that they will be able to extend the contract, because this guy is really special.
No, I agree. And on Bukayo, is that close, or is that something that's still in negotiations?
He's in negotiation. He's not so close yet, but I think it's normal. It's not an issue as of today. It's something that Arsenal want to sort out as soon as possible, because you can see how important it is in today's market to be fast on contract extensions to avoid problems. So they wanted to discuss since February. They had conversations with his agents, and they are in the process. But we have to wait a bit and see once they will reach the full agreement, it will be done. So it will maybe take some time. But Saka is one of the priorities, also because Edu and Arteta are together in everything, and also on this player they rate him really highly.
Okay, and as you say, Edu likes to work in silence, secrets. Are there any surprise names that us Arsenal fans maybe should keep an eye on that could develop out of nowhere as the window progresses?
Honestly, I won't be surprised if it happens again, because Fabio Vieira was out of nothing, honestly. We as journalists, me at least, we didn't know about it till it was almost done. So Edu was really fast on this one. And I think this is a very good skill for a director. Sometimes it's normal that journalists know the news, but in some moments it's also important to have some names under the radar. And so I won't be surprised if Arsenal will go for some player that maybe we didn't even mention till now. We will see, because at the moment they wanted Zinchenko, and it was a really important signing to have an experienced player, a player who knows what does it mean to win in an important club, who knows the manager very well, like Mikel Arteta. So it was the perfect signing for Arsenal. And now we will see if Edu will do some surprise. But honestly, I think he's doing a very good job.
Okay, final question. One player to watch in your eyes that Arsenal not make a move for, but just a transfer that Arsenal fans should keep an eye on?
Good question. This is a very good question. For example, a player like Diaby, as you mentioned, at the moment is not a negotiation with a bid or something like that. Also because Newcastle have always been keen on signing him, but it's not an easy deal with Bayer Leverkusen this summer. But in my opinion, he could be a player. It's just my opinion. I'm not saying the news or Arsenal fans will tell me, you say they're going to sign the bid. No, I'm just saying that he's kind of player. As you can't sign Rafinha because he wanted to go to Barcelona, he could be kind of player, would be a really smart negotiation for Arsenal, and kind of player coming from Bayer Leverkusen, so a good club but not an impossible club, could be a smart signing. But I expect something for Arsenal after Zinchenko. Yes.
Okay. There you go. Fabrizio said it himself. Hopefully one day we get a here we go on maybe DRB. We'll see. But thank you very much, Fabrizio, for coming on the channel. I really appreciate your work, by the way. You've done so much for this channel as well. We've hit 100,000 subscribers and you're a part of that. So have a great day. And as he says, Zinchenko to Arsenal. Here we go.
Yes. Thank you again. Ciao.
So there you guys have it. And it's quite a bit to break down. First things first, Zinchenko is going to be an Arsenal player very, very soon. We've got the here we go, you've got the David Ornstein exclusive, and even Charles Watt says that Arsenal are hoping that Oleksandr Zinchenko will be able to play a part of their tour in the USA. His Arsenal medical is imminent and it could even happen in the United States, as he's already there with Man City. Once that medical is passed, Zinchenko will be an Arsenal player, and of course we've got 2 games left in the USA, Orlando City and Chelsea. Keep an eye on that game against Chelsea, as it could potentially be the game of Zinchenko's debut, and past that you've got the Emirates Cup on the 30th of July at the Emirates Stadium. But that should be Arsenal's 4th signing of the summer. But as Fabrizio says, Arsenal aren't stopping there and they will make moves further forwards, mainly for a wide forward. Discussing the likes of Leroy Sane and Moussa Diaby, there seems to be a common theme here that Edu Gaspar, the Arsenal technical director, is working in top secret, and it looks like he's cooking up something behind the scenes that even journalists like Fabrizio Romano aren't quite sure of. But on the Leroy Sane rumours, Fabrizio does not shut them down, in fact saying that let's keep it open for now. And the rumours all come from Bild in Germany, who claim that Arsenal are interested in signing the German winger Leroy Sane. Now the price tag will definitely be hefty because he is an important player and a player that has so much hype at Bayern. But at the same time, ever since signing there and the ACL injury, he's never quite hit the heights of 17-18 Leroy Sane, where he scored 10 goals and 15 assists in the Premier League, and that of course was under Mikel Arteta, who many people have confirmed in the past played a massive part in the development of Sane. It's a rumour that has come out like an RKO out of nowhere, and I'm not quite sure about it, but at the same time, the fact that it's there is no smoke without fire. And also in terms of Youri Tielemans, this is a transfer that is waiting for Arsenal to act, and acting in a way of making an offer. Because the player has made it clear umpteen amount of times he wants to move to the Emirates Stadium. Ben Jacobs has confirmed that he has agreed personal terms. And even today, according to Football Insider, Tielemans favours a move to Arsenal over Manchester United. Both clubs are interested in signing Tielemans, but the player is holding out on a move to Arsenal and he wants a deal to be agreed very soon. The price tag we all know is around £31 million. There have been some reliable reports that have claimed that price tag could be dropping, but with there only being 18 to 17 days until the start of the Premier League season, surely Arsenal and Tielemans need to get this sorted as soon as possible, because if Youri Tielemans is the main target for Arteta, what are we waiting for? There is a price tag that Arsenal can pay, we have agreed personal terms, or is there something else secretly that Edu Gaspar is cooking behind the scenes? Whether that player is Lucas Paqueta or someone else that we haven't even talked about. Despite the signing of Zinchenko, who can play in central midfield, I believe Arsenal still want to sign a number 8 type of profile, so just like with Sane and the wide forward, we're gonna just have to wait and see what Mr. Gaspar is cooking behind the scenes. With the imminent signing of Zinchenko, that will become the 4th signing made this summer, with the likes of Jesus, Marquinhos and Fabio Vieira being the other 3. I'd love to know what you guys have made so far of this Arsenal transfer window and the business that Arsenal have concluded. Are you happy with the signings, and how many more players do you want to see Arsenal sign? And give me those names of players that you think are perfect for Arsenal Football Club. But anyways, that is the video there and there, so hopefully you have enjoyed this very special episode of the Transfers FC. Zinchenko to Arsenal's happening, so smash a like if you have enjoyed, subscribe if you are new. The winner of the Arsenal home kits will be announced in my next video, followed by a brand new giveaway of the brand new Arsenal away kits. So stay tuned on the channel and turn on those post notifications. Until then, my friends, take care of yourselves, and yeah, let's give a welcome to Arsenal to Oleksandr Zinchenko and a shout out to Mr. Here We Go, Fabrizio Romano. Until then, take care of yourselves and in a bit.